Okay, um, so here we're going to make the impossible cube. And I think of this as like a die. Um, we're looking at it probably from not exactly right on the 45-degree angle, but maybe like 30-degree angle. And I paused the video right here at this spot. And let's get to our um, drawing app. Do more and more. Okay. So now the way I'm going to make this, I'm going to make uh, two segments up here on top. This segment and this segment going back, right? And then everything else is going to be parallel to those two segments, all right? Everything along the top, and I'll make a test segment for the straight up and down portion. All right, so let's make that. Here we are for this one. And here we are for this one. All right. And then my test segment for the vertical lines is going to be that one. That looks vertical. Okay. Everything else here is parallel to the lines that I've drawn. Okay. And so let's go parallel line through B. And then parallel line through C. And then mark the intersection. Okay, now let's make our vertical lines. All right, and I want to be parallel to the vertical line, but through A. And that doesn't look exactly parallel. So let's, if I need to adjust this, I can adjust my test line, and that'll make my picture exactly vertical. All right. So I want to be parallel to this guy, but go through C. Parallel to this guy, but go through B. And then parallel to this guy, but go through F. Okay. So that looks good. Now let's get the base. And I think the only way to get the base is I have to set a point that's my bottom left corner, and then I can mark my parallel lines from there on. Okay. And then I'll mark my intersections. This guy and this guy. And then parallel lines. And parallel lines. And then I need to mark my last intersection. And that's going to be this one right here. Okay. So there's the foundation of my cube. Now I need to make my the thickness of those. And here's what I'm going to do. I thought of this before. I've actually tried to make this picture already, and I'll put these circles on each corner, and I need to have a test point where I can enlarge and shrink the size of the circle, and that determines my width. Okay, so let's go back to my drawing here. And actually, it looks like I made this too wide. So if I want to move this, I can move point C and that's closer to a real cube. Okay, so now I will put a test point on corner A, and I'm going to make it rather big. Okay, and the reason being is the measurements that I make with my compass on each corner. If they're big, then I can see what I'm doing rather easily. I can always shrink that later on to make the width of my legs skinnier. Okay, so let's use the compass tool, and we measure from A to K, and we put that on A, and then A to K, and put that on B, and then A to K, and put that on C, and then A to K, and put that on F. Okay, and then now let's mark all the intersections. And I should have 3 on each circle. The 2 going north, south, and east, west, and the 1 going up and down. Okay, so I'm looking for 3 intersections. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Here's 1, 2, and 3. And here's 1, 2, and 3. Again, if those circles are really small, then these kind of get tight windows to squeeze in your points and your lines. And we want to make sure that we're doing this correctly. And so if we make those circles a little bit bigger, it's a little bit easier to see which points we're connecting up. Okay, so let's go to our segment tool. I'm going to make this ring right here along the top, and so I need to connect K to D or K to O, sorry, and then N to R, and then Q to U, and finally T to N. Okay, so there's that one. Now let's work on the bottom corners, and we'll use our compass tool again, A to K, and put that same circle on each one of the corners. So A to K, and put it on I, and A to K, and put that on H, and finally A to K, and put that on J. Okay, again, we're going to mark our 3 intersections. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So now we can go to our segments and we can, let's make on the front facing, where's that edge? We're going to make this box right here. So we'll go from K down to W, A over to J, H up to H up to U, and V across to L. Okay. And then the right face will go from V over to S, R down to F1. I think it's F1, E1, and G1 over to J1, and then I1 up to T. Okay? Again, these are all dependent upon the size of the circle, and the size of the circle is all dependent upon where my test point is. So if I move K, it makes the circle smaller and therefore makes my my walls thinner. Okay? So that looks good. Let's play this video for a little bit and see what else we'll need. All right, we have about 2 minutes left in this video. Looks like they're making a third line on each one. Is that right? Okay. Okay. So I have my thickness. Um, All right, let's see how these lines turn out. So we'll go to our segment tool and we'll make these lines across the back. And also these lines on the back wall. Okay. As we increase the size of AK, it increases the size of my circles, and all of my line thickness or leg thickness increases as well. So that's good. All right. I think I may need another test point so that I can make 3 different lines. Let's do that. All right. So we have AK and AK1. Okay. And so how's this gonna work? Okay, I need to mark my intersections. Oh, not that one. Okay. go back to my intersections. Okay. All right, so now we have enough of the points drawn so that we can make our third line. Okay, I think this is going to be good. All right. Prepare for the amazingness. I'm just kidding. All right, so make this one that big, and this one that big. I'm missing the intersection up here. Okay. So sorry. Okay. Now I think I need to make my this the back wall Let's connect all those. And let's do this front wall, this front face. And okay. Well, I got a lot of lines here. So I need to have 3 line segments on each leg. I have 3 here. I have 3 here. I have 4 here. But I have 2 here. I have 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. I have 5 here, 3 here. What is this? I think this is 5. There's 4 up here. So let's do this front face. Okay. So I think I have enough here where I can make my pass-through section, this part right here. And so the vertical front corner, the front edge, is going to be the one that passes through. And so I need to mark those intersection points. Let's go with this one. Oh, sorry, not that. All right, we'll mark the intersections. We'll go here, here, and here. While I'm at it, let me mark these 2 also. And then let me also move these guys. Let me also mark the other intersections. Here we go, right over here. Okay. That's going to pass through, and I'm going to mark the intersections above it and below it. All right, so that seems like it's going to work. And let's make this a little bit taller. There we go. And then we can also move point A to make this a little bit. There you go. Kind of spread things out a little bit. Okay. So remember the blue points, those are the points that I can move. And the black points are intersections. I can't move those. And so if I need to adjust things so that I can, it becomes clear because you have lines on top of lines, then hiding those or moving those points may be easy to do. May be the best way to do that. So it's probably a good idea for you to be able to remember which points are your movable points. Okay. All right. So now for the scary part. Um, there we go. Okay, so let's hide the all the lines that I've made. Those are the ones around the outside. I'll click on all those lines. Okay. I'm also going to hide my test line over here and points D and E. And now let's go through my circles. And I'll hide all my circles. All right, we have to make sure we're very precise going around here. Try and zoom in to get this one circle. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's see. How did we? Okay, so I'm still hiding things. And I think I want to hide this line and hide this line and hide This one has to be wrong. This S over to N. There you go. That line, that has to be wrong. Okay. Okay, so for segments, here's my starting point, and it's going to go straight through to B to E, has to be to F1. Let's try the show hide. So it's got to be from I to J. So from I to J, and then from, oh, can't be zooming out on this. And then from J to H, and then H over to J, I'm sorry, H over to G, and G back over to I. Right, so that's the base. So I must have hid point K. There it is. All right, so I want to be able to move K, and we'll be able to move K1. Okay. Okay. So I need 3 lines on each leg. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Okay. From B down to I. And now we'll hide that one and we'll hide this one. So we have 3 legs in the back. 3 legs over here with F down to J. And let's hide this leg and this leg. Hopefully that works. And we need a vertical leg right here from C down to H. And then we'll have to hide these legs. And then I need a vertical leg from A down to G. And we're going to end up hiding. Let's see, we took the inside one of that and the outside one of that. So we'll take this outside leg. So we're going to hide this one. And then we'll also hide this one. Okay. And so I just need to clean up some of my segments here. And I can mark my intersections for where the lines cross up here. Zoom in on this. Okay. And so then we'll make these intersections. Okay. I think what might be helpful is we're going to click on these edges that are the edges of my cube, and I'm going to mark those by making them red, right? And that way I don't end up accidentally erasing those edges because they're all going to be my red edges. Okay, everything else will be that'll be a different color, so that's okay. Okay, so all of my corners are all marked by the red edges. Okay, and let's mark where watch how he does this again. Okay, we have all the parallel lines. We're just making a die, a cube. Okay, very nice. Alright, add some thickness to it. There's a front face. Okay. Alright, the other front face. The top face. Okay. And now the back leg. Okay. All right, how do I have... All right. All right, I'm making this edge red. Okay. We're making some segments back here. Okay. I'll be honest with you, every time I watch this video, I don't see a set pattern that they're following. They're just kind of drawing lines here and there, just trying to get to this final design here. All right. So if we show that final design, then I think what we're trying to do is just get to this design, and it can be a little bit daunting task how we're going to get there. All right. Um, let's see how we do this. All right. So we'll move this. We'll move this. And so okay, so let's hide all of the lines that are not red. And the only reason I'm not hiding the red ones are because I know I'm going to keep those. Those are my cue lines, line segments. Uh, okay, for some reason, these lines are not hiding on me. Okay, let's hide these guys up here. They don't want to hide. These two will hide. Okay. So remember, I've drawn these line segments over here to break up this front corner, its front edge, and that's going to be where this line segment coming forward steps in front of this edge right here, this corner right there. All right. So let's see. We're making line segments. So we have to connect D to G, D1 to G1, and I2 to Z1. And we'll have to connect C3 down to D3 and C3 over to B3, and B3 would have to go down to E3 and E3 over to D3. F3 over to G3, F3 up to I3, I3 over to H3. Can we hide this vertical? Yeah. Okay. And so A3 to V2, V2 to W2, W2 over to C2, down to 3. Okay. So I'm going to hide my vertical lines right here. And by hiding those vertical lines, maybe I can delete those lines. Okay. And so I can make my line segments, and we'll go from C1 down to C down to S2, and then N2 down to H. Okay, and then D3 up to M2, and then across to T2, and that goes up to C3. Oh, I think I figured it out. Not really figured it out. I feel like I wandered around the desert for a while, and then the line segments kind of shown themselves to me. All right. Let's see here. Let's hide these lines. And we'll mark these intersections because these guys back here will have to get broken up so that this line, this downspout in the back can get, because it's going to be show up behind, so that the impossible cube can be come to fruition. All right, so let's hide these guys now. All right. Okay, so segments. Oh, I don't want to hide that point. I want point B to still show. Okay, so we'll make our segments. Keep showing these. And I'm going to keep showing these guys so I can mark my intersections. Right here and right here. there. Oh. Okay. Intersect. Okay. So I've tried to make this as close to this design as I could. I'm gonna pause this video and hopefully we can figure it out as we go. All right. Good luck. I will talk to you later.